Okay, so like on last class we have discussed what exactly is Jenkins is. So before going to Jenkins, what is meaning by continuous integration? Continuous building plus continuous testing. And what is the meaning of what is the difference between before CA and after CA? Before continuous integration, both works are different. Like they work on different zone. But after continuous integration, all the activities takes place on single CA server. CA server is also called as I know continuous integration, but another name, Jenkins server. Okay. So after that, like we can do build, test, and deploy and continuous integration. But all of these, what is the main purpose of continuous integration? I mean, main purpose. Building and testing activities need to be run concurrent, right? So this one. So continuous integration, we have seen what exactly the meaning of this, and what is the difference between CD versus CD. I mean, continuous delivery versus deployment. If every works is on manual way, I mean, in the deployment format, it will be your continuous delivery. If every works is on automation format, in the terms of deployment, it is called as continuous deployment. So manual means delivery, automation means deployment. Okay. So what is the meaning of pipeline? Step-by-step execution of a particular process is called as pipeline, as we all know. So next, we have seen Jenkins is an open source project, like which runs on which one? Which runs on Java. Completely Jenkins is on Java only, and it can run on any major platform. Maybe Windows, Mac OS, or some any other thing. And like it was invented by whom? Kosuke Kawagachi. Okay. Next, it comes from plugin. We all know what exactly plugin is because we have seen it on Maven as well. It is plugin is nothing but a small software which automates the manual task. Next, it was developed by Sun Microsystems, as we all know. Initial name of Jenkins is Hudson, as we all know. Okay. So then later Oracle bought it and it renamed as Jenkins. So coming to the like this setup part, I mean advantages. Okay. Like what are the alternatives for Jenkins? Bamboo, TeamCity, Circle CA, GitLab, and Buddy Master, like this. So coming to the setup, how many steps do we need to follow for the setup? 3 steps. What are those? First one is to get the repository. Second one is okay, package installation. Third one is status checks. Okay. So I'm going to create a new instance. I am creating an old console for now. So on security group, like we need to port enable 88, right? So I am selecting which is already there for me. Like here, all traffic is there and some other, or else if you need, let me create a new security group for Jenkins. This will be my Jenkins security groups. Here, all traffic. Instead of custom, go for anywhere. Review and launch. So keeper. Lastly, we have used an ABCD keeper, right? On last class. So I am using the same keeper as we are all familiar with it. Launch instance. Setup. Jenkins. So coming to the setup part, how many steps we need to perform? How many steps? 3 steps. So first one is getting repo. From where we are going to get our repository? So here we need to go for jenkins.io and later download part and later CentOS Fedora Ubuntu. Red Hat. So we need to copy this both. Before going to that, like let me connect to my EC2 instance. So copy the public IP address, open putty. Someone is saying putty is like not responding after a few minutes. Like just nothing. Go to connection part and give 5,000 here. Or 5. Okay. Is it visible for all of you? Back people as well, right? So I am going to root now initially. So the command will be sudo. Yes, you have. So I'm on root now. So the first step is we need to copy the repository, right? So for that I'm going to this place, jenkins.io. So the repository is copying. I mean, I'm copying this entire thing, copying it over and paste it over here. Wait a second, I think it's not copied properly. So the step number 1 is done. Repository we got as well as key as well. What will be the step number 2? Installing of packages. What package do we need to install? Yum install, Java, Git, Maven and Jenkins. Hyphen. So step number 2 is done. What is the step number 3? We need to start the Jenkins. By default, Jenkins is there, but it won't work until and unless we start the service of it, right? Systemctl start Jenkins.service. So after that, we need to check the status. I mean, by default, it will start, but we need to make ensure whether it is running or not. If you type history, how many comments will you be able to see after this command? 3. Only 3. 3 or 4? 4. Sure. Let's try to give me the exact figure. You are close to it. If it is not 4, what will be the next option? 5. Exactly 5 things. Okay. So now the status is activated. If you go for the history, you are able to see only, except this, how many comments are you able to see? No. Remember, forget about history. History is nothing like, it's not a step actually. So 5 steps. Among these, try to concentrate. So the first 2 steps are regarding repository. Is it clear? Second step is about package installation. Okay. And these 2 together is called as like service steps. So this is the 3 steps of installation. Are we clear up to now? Perfect, fine. So now what we need to do? I need to connect to Jenkins dashboard. So how it will be done? We need to go to EC2 management console, copy the public IP address, and I need to paste it over here. What is the port number of Jenkins, guys? It will be 8080. Enter. So now it will be directly redirected to Jenkins form. So we are able to see some password in this path. So for that purpose, give cat command here and paste that path over here. So select this. Just double click on it. Okay. You do not to select like this and give like this. Okay. It will be some hectic for you. Just place the cursor on this line and give double click. It will be copied automatically. So I'm going to paste it over here now. Continue. So it will ask me to install some of the default plugins. Okay. So it will install some of the default plugins. Let's wait for it. Whatever. So once it is done, like we need to give the credentials like username, password, and all this stuff we need to provide to the Jenkins. Oh, sorry. Okay. Pipelines. Or else let me finish this one. Like what are the topics that we are pending, right? So let me finish this one initially. Like or else pipeline. Which one is better for now? Okay, let's go with these concepts like Polasium concepts. Like previously, you have seen like how to do the cron jobs, right? Cron jobs. We all know how to do it. So there are some other familiar topics with these cron jobs as well. That one is. Let me share you the screen. Here I am going to explain you three scenarios, guys. This will be like complete analysis part. So what are the things that we have learned till now? We are going to analysis. Here I am going to have three types of scenarios, different scenarios. So scenario one is for every particular day, for every particular time, I need to build something. For that purpose, what we are going to do? We are definitely going to use cron jobs. Okay. But the thing is, by using these cron jobs, if I schedule something, if I schedule today, it will also going to happen tomorrow. It will also going to happen day after tomorrow. Like this. I mean, it will going to happen like every hour if you want. But I don't want like that. I have such type of scenario where I need to check in every like 1 hour. If there is new change appears on the code, then it needs to be built. What exactly this cron job do is, no matter whether the code is changed or not, it will directly continuously try to build only. But my requirement is not like that. My requirement is whenever this code is changed, then only I need build. And it needs to be checked for every 1 hour. So that's my scenario. In this such type of cases, we are going to use something called as Polasium. What it is? Polasium. So let me go back to my presentation screen. Guys, for the online people, am I audible to everyone? Can you please respond? Yeah, like I think Supriya, like can you please connect one more time to the Zoom session? Like it is clear to everyone here. So this is my presentation, guys. Like I'm explaining the same scenario here. So how it is going to work? So Polasium is something which comes into the action when we need to build whenever the code is changed. See, for example, here a developer is working, right? Okay. First of all, explain me like I try to explain the cron jobs. Cron jobs, no matter whether the code is changed or not, it will try to build me the same time. It doesn't check whether the code is changed or not. Its job is to do build only. We are aware of this. We are not familiar. But this Polasium comes into the action when the developer is writing some code. Okay. He's already pushed it and he already built it. But when the new change is coming to him, okay, when he is changing the code, he is pushing the code directly to GitHub. So GitHub is directly we are going to integrate to where? Jenkins. We have integrated directly in Jenkins only. So for a certain period, we are like getting for every 1 hour or else for every 2 hours, for every like 10 hours like that. So if the code is changed, then only it is directly going to build. If the code is not changed for the 2 hours, it is not going to build. It will check for the 2 hours whether the code is changed or not. No matter how many times it is changed, it will continuously try to build it. Okay? But it will check only for 2 hours only. If you make the timer as 3 hours, it will check only for 3 hours as well. So let me try to differentiate between these three. First of all, I am going to create cron jobs initially. We know how to create cron jobs, right? So I am going to the Jenkins dashboard now. Create a new item. So for this purpose, I am giving it as cron initially. Freestyle project. Okay. So we are going to integrate Git with Jenkins, right? So if you all remember, how many steps we need to perform? 3 steps. It's not a Git like a custom dashboard. It's a single step. Integration of GitHub.com, Jenkins is done. But take the I want this to build for every 1 minute, like or every 2 minutes. So I need to go for where? Build periodically. I need to schedule for every 2 minutes. So the syntax will be 5 stars, star slash, that means for every 2 seconds, 2 minutes, or you can directly give it 2, as well as star, as well as star, as well as star, as well as star. If you want to generate this automatically, what we can do? Go for something called as cron generator. Okay, cron generator. So click on this link and give. So for every 2 minutes, right, we want to generate. So for every 2 minutes, okay, we want it every hour, every day, every month, every day of the year. Okay, give some comment, just basic comment, like you can give it as echo hello and give cron tab generator. Is it generated? For every 2 minutes, it is saying like 2. If I want to build for every 10 minutes, what I need to change here? Instead of 2, we can go for 10. So for like I'm going to give the same thing here for every 2 minutes. I want to build it. Okay, or else let me change it to 1. It will save some time as well. Okay. If I save and apply here, okay, save. Is it going to build for every minute or not? Like instead of hours, I'm using minutes because we are not able to hold the class for hours, right? So for that purpose, I have changed it from hours to minutes. So what this cron will do is, it is continuously going to build me with the same repository, no matter it is changed or not. Just remember one thing, I have a build number 1, the same inputs. I have the build number 2 with the same inputs. Is build number 2 really going to help me? No, because I already having my build number 1. Okay. If there is a new changes in the repository on the code, if it is new build, it means I have something newer. But generating all is waste of time, right? So the cron job is not going to work for our scenario. Our scenario is whenever I need to change the code, it needs to build me the new one. To change the code, it needs to build a new build for me. But what this cron do is, it will directly build me. It don't take like anything. Okay. It is directly going to be build for every 1 minute. So for this kind of scenario, what we are going to do is, let me make at least 1 build in it. The cron. Sorry. Someone is saying something. Bill no అవసరం. We don't need to make a bill. Configure. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. I think space is missing or what? Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Let me remove this one. Like I need to give star here. For every minute, if I want to put, like I can give directly star instead of going for the one. Star. Yeah, it's done now. So it will build me for every minute continuously. Let's wait for a minute initially. So after this will be done. So our thing is like we need to integrate the changes, right? Whenever the developer changes the code, it's need to build a new one. So for that, I am going to create a new item. In the meanwhile, like remember, I forgot about cron. It will directly build itself. I am going to create pole SEM job. Freestyle project. For this pole SEM job, we need to integrate a GitHub repository, right? So I am going to integrate this GitHub repository URL here. And here I need to give like this one, pole SEM option. The same syntax. Same syntax. Okay. Here also, I am going to give every minute. So this means it is going to check my repository for every each minute. But when it is going to bill me, it is going to bill me. Unless there is a change. So let's try to make this now. So if we go for the cron, like there will be some bills. So bill number 1 is happened in the cron job. If we stay for a minute, pole SEM won't build. The reason is we haven't changed anything on the repository. Let's go for the repository. and try to make some changes on file 1. So here on file 1, I am checking something. This is my file 1. I use it. This for whole SEM. Okay. I'm going to commit some random commits like pole SEM commits 1. Save changes. So now I have changed something here. If we go for the Jenkins dashboard, pole SEM will wait for 1 minute, and after 1 minute, it is going to make me a new build. Let's wait for it. In the meanwhile, cron job will directly go. It will make some n number of builds. Check this one. Initially, we have 1 build now. How many builds we have? 2. But how many builds that the pole SEM makes? 1. Why it making 1? Because we have only changed 1 time. So for that purpose, it has built only once. Okay. Where will be the file changer? You can change on this repository directly. You can go to any one of the file, but remember, you need to change only on master because we configure master only. If you go for the pole SEM here, configure. Which branch is configured here? Master branch. So we need to change master branch only. Is it clear for everyone? Okay. Like I'm observing some new things here. Like when compared to the old console and new console, this new console is like consisting of some bugs as per my understanding. Because whenever something is happened, it is directly triggering automatically. Like we need not to give manually. Sometimes it is making some automatic builds. So this cron job is going for 3 now, right? If I try to change this repository one more time, okay, I use this for pole SEM and ABCD. I have modified some more code and I have committed pole SEM commits to commit changes. So again, it is going to be committed. So that means file is changed. If you go for the this one pole SEM, is it going to make me a new build or not? So now we are on build 2. Let's wait for a minute. It will take some minute like to reflect the changes. In the meanwhile, I try to answer some queries. How can we change in every branch? See, if you want to change in master branch, you need to configure the master branch. If you want to change some branch one, you need to configure for the branch one. That's it. I mean, whenever a new code is pushed into any of the developer branch, we need to build. Yes, exactly. Next, Sanosi, can we use the cron generator to also generate policy? Yes, the syntax is same, guys. For the pole SEM as well as cron generator, syntax will be same. But the working principle is different among these both. So now it's almost like a minute. So from 2 to which one we are going to get now? Bill number 3. In the meanwhile, this 4 will go to 5. Refresh. Are we able to see the bill number 3? So this is exactly the pole SEM box. Is it clear now? I mean, the syntax is same for cron as well as pole SEM, but pole SEM will work only developer changes the code. Is it clear for everyone? Okay. And the third one is we are going to discuss some advanced concept called webhook. Have anyone heard about it? Webhook. See, the reason why we need to establish webhook is, first of all, this cron job what it will do? Automatically generate for every minute if you want. The pole SEM will also generate a build, but when the code is changed. But it will take, for example, it will take 1 hour. I changed the code within a minute, but the build will come for after 1 hour. So I need to waste 59 minutes of my time, right? But I don't want to waste that time. If I change here, immediately I need a build within a minute. So in that case, what we are going to use some concept called as webhook. So webhook is something when a developer changes is happened and he committed the file, within a minute you are going to get your build. Is it clear? Okay. So let's try to understand this webhook concept. But policy went for 3 to 4. No. Why it haven't went? Because we haven't changed anything. So it will remain for number 3 only. But this will policy will go to number 10, number 11 like that. Okay. So now I am going to establish something called as, wait a second. webhook. So go to your Jenkins dashboard. Okay. Create a new item called webhook. Basically, this webhook concept I haven't integrated on this presentation, but I have it my own local webhook. Okay. Create free share project. Click on it. So the integration part is like I have created a new thing called webhook, right? So here again I need to integrate GitHub repository because it need to check the source code. So I am going to check the source code, but before integrating, what I am going to do is select the repository. This Seeker is my repository. Where is Seeker repository? Your repositories. Screenshot out. Okay, zoom out. Give me a second, guys. Actually, for the Zoom people, the screen is not visible. Give me a second. I am sharing now. Is it clear now? Okay. So let me open the GitHub once. So I'm going to open the GitHub now. Okay. The secret quota, like I am opening this one. So this is the same thing we have used for cron, Polisium, and webhook also we are going to use the same one. So if you go to something here called as like scroll down a little bit. Give me a second. Yeah, like I am sharing the screen now. Like I think for the all people it will be visible for you. So if you go inside here, you will find something called as settings. Are you able to see any settings here on this repository? Where? Tags pakana. Here. So we have something called as code, issue, branches, action, project, wiki, and security. Are we able to see any settings? I want something called as like repository settings where I can find. It will be under repository only. If you go for the repository, like this is the repository. Why is Seeker repo is not removed? I am able to find it. Okay, so this will be my repo. So I want to find something called as webhook. So how can I find it? I have readme file, I have security, status, contact, and everything. So how can I find? Just try to see it, like where we can find it. Like I am getting some response from online in code. Okay, like on which code we are able to find it? Okay, code from where? Down. Green bar. Okay, code. Okay, then insights. Okay, so I'm able to see insight here. Ingo Crepona. Okay. Like I am hoping something called as git track. Where it is. You're getting the settings, right? Repository settings need to be enabled. But for the particular purpose, like which I am seeing is I am not able to see anything called as settings. Directly go to settings. I think we need to change something here because I'm not able to find out this one for this user. Okay, let me try to log in from my user. Sign out. Sign in. Like this is my repository, guys. If you click on something like repo, wait a second. Repo. Go to your repositories. Like so 8 to 9 a.m. So this will be like one of my repository. Inside this repository, am I able to see the settings now? So like the user might be disable some options like that. I think so because for that reason I'm not able to find setting there. But your repository, it is like clearly visible for you for the settings. So click on something called settings here. And if you go to the down, you are able to see something called as webhooks. This one. Select on the webhook. If you go for the webhook, like previously I have used a webhook, so I am deleting this previous one. Add webhook. So it is asking me to which one, like payload URL. Payload URL means go back to your Jenkins, select all of this, okay, and come to this here and paste it here directly. So remove all this. I don't want all of this. Hyphen GitHub hyphen webhook. Okay. So application context types is applications or JSON format. Create it and just add webhook. Is the webhook added now? The webhook is added. Okay. Let me go back to my here and give this exact like which one I have given here repository. I need to give this repository only. So go to 8 versus 9 p.m. Create here and git integration of git with Jenkins. If you want to do anything here, there is nothing much to do. Just click on save here. Okay. So up to now, are we having anything here, any build? Up to now, we don't have any build. So build numbers are 0. If you see this one, like before going to webhook, how much number the Polasium consists of? 3. Last build happened 8 minutes ago. Why it is not happening? Because there is no recent commits for it. So that's the reason it is not happening. So the cron job will go like that continuously. Okay. So this webhook is exactly how it will be working is if I go to this repo and if I try to modify something, I am trying to modify something called as like on this one, I have given some code, ABCD, some piece of code, and commit happens. Commit changes. Remember, I haven't done anything here. On Jenkins dashboard, on webhook website, have I given any build? Up to now, we don't have any build. Like, let's wait for some time. But initially, we need to perform something here. I will tell you, like what that need to do. Sir, for sticker quota, one we need to search for repo. Sticker, I haven't got your question. Are we seeing anything here? We have changed the code. We have committed, but we are not able to see anything here. But first of all, let's try to give an initial build. Okay. Give initial build and let it like this. And if you try to go here, click on some modifications here and some commits here. You are not going to build anything. See what will happen now. So the recent commits I have given. So that means changes code. Code is changed. If the code is changed, what is the work of webhook? It's need to be connected directly. So I'm going to the dashboard. So build number 1 is happen form. If you refresh here, is build to happen. Actually, working principle is same. What are the things we have done is everything exactly we have done perfectly. But why it is not working? Any ideas from anyone? I'm asking you only. Policy? GitHub? Okay. Okay. No. Like, if you don't give anything also, that will be fine. But the thing is here, we need to edit something. On payload URL, have you given slash at the end? Slash. We haven't given. But now I have given, right? Just update webhook. And now let's try to change something on the webhook, like on this repository. So I'm going to this one. I'm going to make this edit from here. So I'm going to add new changes, something called as new changes. So new commits, commit changes. So up to now, how many builds we have on webhook? Webhook, we have only one build. On cron job, we have three. But let's wait for a minute. It will automatically update. It will take some time. I'm like, it won't reflect directly. It will take some time and it will check, it will make the changes. Like it will check first of all whether this repository we have configured 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and the repository we have configured on this webhook are both are same. First of all, it will like check initially. So once it is done, like here we are changing on master and this will be your which branch? Main branch. So here we have configured master branch and here we have changed on which branch. So the things will happen? No. That's the only simple logic behind. If you remember the very first day, when I said about integration of Git with Jenkins, so we need to exact specify which branch we are going to work. Here we have configured something on master branch, but here we are working on which branch. So the things will work or not? Will won't work. If I want my things to work, go for the master branch. This repository path is master. Wait a second. Repositories 8 to 9 a.m. Master. Okay, I am having my file on master. So I am changing something here. Like I am giving some random content and some random edits. If I click commit changes, just go to the webhook page. So it is now master, right? So we have changed it on which branch? Master. And I have configured which branch. So both are same branches. Just click on save and wait for some time. Build will happen. So that's the concept of webhooks. Like it will take some time to reflect, but we are aware of concept what we have happened now, right? See, if you observe something, cron job almost went for 20 bills. But how many bills policy went for? 3 minutes. So this webhook initially had like it will have one build. After like first build or second build is done, it will directly change without any interruption. Is it clear up to now? Okay, that's the only difference. So now up to now we have seen webhook concept, policy concept, and cron concept, right? So the thing which we are going to cover now is not schedule it. Like remember on webhook, we are never going to schedule the jobs. It will directly trigger when the code is changes only. Okay. So the next question, next topic is let me share my presentation for you. So this one is done. This one is done. This is the concept of webhook, guys. Okay. So here you can see like how to configure things on webhook. So first of all, we need to go for like this developer changes, and we are going to integrate changes where GitHub. From GitHub, where the code will be taken to Jenkins. Jenkins will take the code and finally build will happen. So this will happen when only developer commits the code. Are we sorry. Are we having any time parameters here? We don't have any time parameters here. Okay. If you want to go it like select repo, go to settings, webhook, and we need to give. We need to create a new webhook. Once it is given, like we need to go for payload URL and give the Jenkins URL which we are using. And after that, slash GitHub hyphen webhook slash. And at the end, content type we need to change application.json format. Okay. So if you change something, then it will be directly triggering automatically. So this is the concept of webhook. So now we need to come for an important topic called environment variables. If I am having its name is equal to Raham and location is equal to Hyderabad. Okay. I want these environment variables to be print on my build. So how I can done is we need to go for something called a shell script. We know right how to go for the shell script. So let me go to here, go for Jenkins dashboard and create a new job. New item. So I'm giving it as environment variables, env variables. This is the job name. Go to freestyle and OK. So go for the build step, add build step, execute shell. Okay. So here try to give something called as name is equal to Raham. I am giving. And location. Location is equal to LOC HYD Hyderabad. Okay. So here I am giving it as echo hi. What it will print for me? Just save build now. So go for the console output to check the changes. So click on this build, console output. So what I'm able to see? Only hi message. Like this is the environment variable I have given. Okay. But have environment variable printed for me? No, it haven't printed. But I want to print my environment variable. So how I can do is, see, here you can go and specify the name here. If you give dollar name, what is the dollar name value consist of? Raham. And if you give dollar location, what is dollar location consist of the value? Hyderabad. So this is the way to do it. So go back to your console output and go to the changes. Configuration part. If you give hi, instead of hi, like give dollar symbol. Remember, on Linux, if you see something called as dollar, it will be your variable. And variable, the thing is, here we need to give some special braces. If you go for here, which brace is this? Curly brace. So always use curly brace. Like don't go for square braces and other like normal braces. So always we need to give curly brace. So go for the curly brace. And what is the value here? We have given name. So variable name is like name I am given. And hi Raham, I am from dollar. Again brace open, brace close, log. So what is the value for log there? Hyderabad. Let me give the fill name. Save. Now if you build now, are we able to see the both names? Yes, we are. So go for the step number 2. Go for the console output. What it is printing for me? Hi Raham, I am from Hyderabad. So all the changes reflected for me. Like this is the normal way. But on real time, you can ask me like this is the normal way of doing. But on real time, we are going to use the same environment variables, not in this way. For example, I am building my build number 3. I want to make build number 3 to be printed every time. If I make build 3, I want to print my build number as build 3. If I make build 4, I want to print my build number as build 4. So there is something we need to give on this. So what exactly it is? Let me go back to the project. And on slide, I need to give some explanation for you. So go to presentation mode. See. So these are normal way of doing. Like you have seen how to give the name as well as like a location and how to print these variables. We have given the variable name as well as value. So we have printed this as well. Now to select to see all the list of environment variables, there is something called as environment variable list on this option. If you go for the below script, like there is something called as this one, environment variable list. Okay. So let me try to see it, show it to you. If we go here, go to the configuration part. Is it showing to see the list of environment variables? Click here. If you click this one, it will show me the what are the environment variables. Which branch we are going to use print? Which branch we have integrated here as of now? Master branch. If you want to print this branch name along with this build information, we can use this environment variable called branch name. Or else just give, if you want to build ID is $build ID. Okay now. So let me go back to this one and I am removing all of this. I'm just giving echo build number is $. Here what we need to give? Wait a second. If you go to this variable path, so like if you want to give build ID, current build ID, or else build number, just select this one. copy and paste it over this one. Okay, and double quotes close. Here we have given curly brace only. It's curly brace only. Okay. If you try to give build now, see, build 3 is happen, right? Go for the console output. Are we able to see the build number? We are. But if you go for the build number 2, as build number consists of this variable build ID, we haven't given for build 2 and build 1. If you go for the build 1, and if you check on the console output, are we able to print the build ID here? No. So these are the few of the environmental variables which we work on real time. For every real time build, you need to definitely enable these options. So now if I want to print this job name as well, from which job has this build come from? Okay. What I need to give is echo job name is dollar. What is the variable we need to give here? If we go for here, there is something called as job name. Select this from team here and give it on this basis. Save now. Build now. So what are the two things that I will get from here now? One is your build number and second one is job name. So go for the build number 4 and check for the console output. Are we able to see it? The job name is environment variables and the build number is 4. Now again I want something here. Like go to configure. So for this time I need something called as node name. On which node I am able to build. Okay, or else like if you want something called as like tag date, use this one. Like this one for multi-project. Like guys, all these options won't be work for you because if you see here, it is showing this one for multi-branch project, this one plus normal branch. Okay, all this will won't work for you because we have a number of jobs. We can use freestyle, we can use pipeline, we can use multi-branch, all these things. But these environment variables will work for only some freestyle projects, only for some pipeline, and for some multi-branch projects like this. So if you want to like give the build URL or else job URL, like if you want to check the git commit as well, give this one. Like no, this is not integrated with the Jenkins, right? So we can't give this. If you want like use the Jenkins URL, I mean along with this build, I want to print my Jenkins URL. So go for it and give like echo small letter I need to give Jenkins URL is dollar paste curly brace close and double quotes close. Save it. So build now. So build number 5 will happen. Go to it. Go to console output. Are you able to see Jenkins URL now? So this will be your Jenkins URL. So by these ways, you can use the environment variables. Is it clear for you? Okay, and like again, I'm saying all these variables are not required for us. Okay, now there are some specific variable environments, environment variables where we use on real-time work. Okay, so when there is a new build happen, if we want some details regarding to build, like we can go for Jenkins console and we can check. But every time it is not possible. If you are like if you are some outside, you are like you are out of the work, your time is over. So at that time, what will happen is Jenkins will send automation notification to Slack. Like is your like is it able to understand for the online people? Is it clear for you? Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for your responding, Arendro. Okay, so next, all these up to now what we have seen is local variables. What kind of variables? Local variables. But there are something called as global variables. For example, here I need to use something my name for every build. Like for example, let's take in this real time scenario, there is a client called Swiggy. Okay, there is a client called Zomato. For every project you are building, I need to enable these names. If it is building for Swiggy, I need to give it as name Swiggy. If it is building for Zomato, I need to give that name it as Zomato. For that purpose, we need to configure these things. Okay, how it can be done is, let me show it to you. See, all up to now we have seen is local variables only. For now, we are going for global variables. Okay, so to go for the global variables, if you go to the manage Jenkins, there is something called as configure system and global properties and environment name. So let me go to here. Follow the same path I'm following. First of all, manage Jenkins, configure system and global properties. So go to here, go to the dashboard. Manage Jenkins, configure system, global properties. Here I think internet is a bit slow. Global properties. Are you able to see it? So in these, click on environment variables. Initially, do we have any environment variables? Click on add. So the name is here as per this one. Like I'm following this. Oh, just give me a second. My lap is out of charge. Give me a second. Okay. So once we are on this one, like if we go for here, it is asking me some name. Like I need to provide the name for here. Like here, if I go to this Jenkins presentation, like as per its one, if you give the value as ABCD and value is equal to ABCD, you can get whatever you want. So I'm going to give here like name is equal to client. And value for the client is Swiggy. I'm giving. Okay. So just save it. So if you go for the same one, manage Jenkins, configure system, as well as if you go here, like environment variables, are you seeing anything here? Are you seeing anything here? We are seeing something called as name is equal to client and value is equal to Swiggy. So I am going to make this one build now. So no matter on which job you are going to build, it will directly go to print the same message. So I am going to environment variables here, configuration part, and remove all of this, like for your better purpose, echo. Here we need to give something additional property. Okay, we are not able to do this directly. We need to give some additional properties here. Okay, so go for here. We have declared the global variable, right? Global variable. So just directly with this global var directly. So go to this one and global underscore var dollar global underscore var. Okay, save. So I'm just printing the global variable. I'm not going to do anything. I'm printing the global variable. So if we give the bill now, see what will happen. So bill number 6 is done. I am going for the bill number 6, console output, how to give it to Jenkins as well. But why it haven't printed for us? Any reason? Variable means which number? No, not like that. Like think wisely. Let me go back to this configuration part. Let's try to understand what happened. Here I have set the global variable. But if you see here, am I able to print the global variable? Okay, just remove this one. Instead of global var, I am giving it as name only, right? Name. So caps. Save. Build now. Oh, sorry. Build now. Seventh build is done. Go for the console output. Are we able to say anything? We're able to? Yeah, where we need to assign. Oh yeah, it like I have given directly that name only, right? So global means I did not want to declare anywhere. So once I declare, it must be presented anywhere. So that's the meaning of global. If you go for the presentation, if you look something carefully, what is saying to me? First of all, I have went to there. What I have given, name is equal to global variable, and value is equal to something ABC, and I have saved it, right? Now it will print me the global variable output. Okay, so that means I have configured. If we go back here, let's go back to the dashboard completely. Manage Jenkins, configure system. Just try to understand like what exactly happened. Okay, here name which one I have given client, but have I given anywhere to print client? Echo I have given name as well as global variable, but which one do I need to give? Client. If I give the client, what will I get? Swiggy. Now are we able to follow? Okay, let's do the same thing. Like this for your understanding purpose. Like what I am giving this much of explanation, right? If you analyze this concept, it will be much better for you. Go to the configuration part, scroll down a bit up. Instead of name, which one do you need to give here? Client. Save now. Bill now. So the bill number 8 will happen. Click on here, console output. Which one I got now? Is it clear now? That's the only thing. Global means no matter where you are. If you go for like, I am on my environment, right? If I go for something called as policy here. Okay. Let me try to build here. Let me configure this one. I am going to give the same name. What it is? Echo. Client. Right? So give echo. Sorry. Echo double quotes and dollar inside. What is the meaning of it? Client. Save. If you give bill now, here also you are getting same thing. So bill number 4 will happen. Which client you are going to get? Console output. Client name what it is showing to me at the end. Swiggy. Perfect, right? Now if I want to add another more global variable, how I can do it is, tell me what I need to do. First of all, go to manage Jenkins. From there, configure system. Okay. Here add. Okay. Like I am giving it as environment. If I give like a project, I am giving it as alpha. My client is Swiggy. Okay. Project is project alpha. If I give something like this and try to give the same on these environment variables like echo, configure, and here I am giving it as echo dollar. What I need to give? Project. So what will print for me? Okay. Save. Build environments are user specified. Build now. So from sorry, local environments are user specified. Global also user specified. And these build labels are given by directly list of values. See like this. If you go for the list of values, let me get back to this. Configure. If you go here, these are directly given by whom? Jenkins itself. Okay. These are not user defined. User defined are nothing but two types. One is local variables, second one is global variables. Is it clear? Perfect. So online people having some queries? Yeah, definitely. Okay. So let's go back to some other concept. Chala. Okay. So let me go back to another slide. Yeah, this one timestamp we have seen it right yesterday, but let me try to explain one more time. So timestamp is something you are having your build, but you want to know at what time exactly which thing happened. So for that purpose, we can use like this. If you give something called as echo all good evening and sleep for 10 and echo welcome to my class. So that means for the step 1 and step 2, I want 10 minutes of, 10 seconds of gap. So I can give it is directly see. I want to print my client name initially. And after 10 seconds, so for that sleep, yesterday we have given is equal to 10, right? But now remove is equal to and give directly 10. So it is going to take 10 seconds for me. And after 10 seconds, this project is going to be printed for me. But I need to make sure that whether it is taking 10 seconds exactly or not. How I can do? Go for something called as timestamp here. See, add timestamp to the console output. Click out here, save, and build now. So from build 9 to build 10, it will come automatically. Is it waiting 10 seconds for me? It's waiting for some time, but I'm not sure. It is 10 seconds or 12 seconds. So let's wait until this build is completed. So go for the 10th build now. Click on the console output. See, if you are seeing this one, from 41 to 51, how many seconds we have waited up to now? So it means 10 seconds up to now we have completely waited. Now, what I need to do is I need to print something. Now I'm going to include some local variable here as well. So local variable is username. So here I am giving it as name is equal to Raham I am giving. So for here also like I need sleep is equal to 10. Okay, echo. I am giving it as dollar name. And remember it is case sensitive. Okay, make sure that it is everything is perfect. So save here. So what it is going to do is, first of all, it will print my client name. After that, it will sleep for 10 seconds. After that, it will print my project name. Again, it will sleep for 10 seconds. And again, at last, it is going to print my name. So build now, it will take total 20 seconds. So we need to wait for 20 seconds. If we go here, click on the 11th one, go for the console output. Are we able to see it? See, from here, it is happened on the 11th second. So from 11 seconds to we have given sleep is equal to 10. From 11 to 21 seconds, have you slept or not? So 10 seconds here we have consumed. And after that, after alpha is printed, we have given the orders to sleep for 10 seconds. So from 21 to 31, is it 10 seconds or not? So in this way, we can make it. On real time, you are also going to make this one. Like for every build, we are definitely going to make this timestamps enable for it. Because it will let us know like how much time we are consuming on it. Is clear? Perfect. Yeah. Equal to పెట్టి workout అవ్వదు. It will work out. Okay. Timestamp timeout is done. Okay. Okay. Like throttle build. Let me explain this one. A small concept. It won't take much time. So see, if you want to run a specific build for n number of times, like there is a job called webhook or else SEM job. I want to make it run only 4 times in a minute or in an hour. At that time, what we can do is, if the user try to run for 10 times, okay, user try to build it for 10 times, but I want to run it for only 4 times. At that particular case, we can use this one called as throttle build. So throttle build is, here we need to define 2 things. One is number of builds as well as time period. So if you give number of bills is equal to 4 and time period, if you give for 10 minutes, it will only make 4 bills in the 10 minutes. If you want the fifth bill, you need to wait for 11th minute. Is it clear for everyone? So one more time I explain you. Throttle build is something. If you want to build a specific job for a specific number of times in a specific hour. So there is a job called webhook job. I have webhook job with me. I have make this webhook job to build for 4 numbers in max 1 hour. So in 1 hour, how many bills you can make? 4 bills. Okay. But if user try to build 20 bills in a hour, so at that time I can restrict this by using which one? Throttle build. So let's take this practical mode. So go for the dashboard. For the God's sake, like I'm using this environment variables. Go for it. Configure. On the top, you can see something called as throttle build. Are you seeing it? Click on the throttle build. It will ask for max number of builds. I want max number of builds is 3. For how many seconds you want? Like if you want seconds, you can give seconds. If you want minutes, you can give minutes. So in 5 minutes, okay. See, in a minute, max number of builds, how can you build? 3. But I want to build 3 builds in an hour. So instead of minutes, go for an hour. So in an hour, how many builds you can make? 3 builds. So approximately it will take 20 minutes per build. For example, if I want to make 3 builds daily, if you go back here, select day. So how many builds you can make in a day? 3. Now let's try to save it. Okay, try to save it. So for if you make it for every day, you are making only 3 builds. So how the time gap between this each build? 8 hours. Okay. How many build are we now? 11th build we are having with us. Right? Build now. Like click this continuously for 4 to 5 times. I have clicked up to 10 times. Okay. What it is showing to me? 10th build is pending. So it is telling that 12:45 it will expire. At which date? Not today, like tomorrow, as per this time. So it will not make the n number of builds you want. It will restrict. So it will restrict how many number of builds you want to do in an hour. Is it clear? So total build is used for restriction purpose. Okay. So I hope it is clear for all people as well. Okay, and there is something, one last concept for today. We will finish the session for today with this one last concept. Let me go with this concept, timeout concept. So timeout is something. Let's give this one, like here I am going to build environment about if this build stack and absolute is equal to 3. Like execute shell I am doing. Like let's try to understand what of all I am going to do. For example, if I give sleep is equal to 240 seconds, so what it is going to do? It will sleep for 240 seconds. So how many minutes 240 seconds is? 4 minutes. 4 minutes, right? 6 4 24. Okay. After 4 minutes, it will abort automatically. So that means I am having a build. Okay. The build will take 10 minutes actually. If it takes more than 10 minutes, okay, I don't want that build. You want to discard that build. So at that time, you will opt for this one, timeout. So go for the timeout, go to build environment and abort this build if it stucks. So let me escape from here and go to the variables list. Go to the configuration. And here we need to go for where? Here or some other thing. Are we able to see the about the build if it stucks? No. It is directly showing me the which one? Terminator. A build if it stucks. Okay. So timeout strategy it is asking for absolute, deadline, elastic or no. So I am going for absolute only. So timeout in minutes. 3 minutes I am giving. So timeout variable like variable I am seeing it as ABCD. Okay. Timeout action if you want to make C. About the build. Fail the build as well as writing the build description. So that means if the build lasts for 3 minutes, it is showing me that you need to abort this build. I mean, we can cancel this build. Or else if the build lasts for 3 minutes, it is showing me that fail the build. So I am giving the abort the build and timestamp is like 2 minutes or else 1 minute. Okay, save now. So it will take some time. This is the way, like for example, if the bill lasts for 1 hour, so that means it is failed. Already we are aware of it. So if it lasts more than 1 minute, I mean sorry, 1 hour, we directly going to end this build at that time. So are we clear up to now? Let me try to recall what we have discussed so far. On the first topic, like we have seen something called as cron job. Is cron job clear for all of you? Cron jobs. After that, Polasium. Is it clear? Webhooks. After that, environment variables. On that environment variables, we have seen local. Second one is global. And timestamp concept. After timestamp, we have given throttle build, right? Throttle build. And last, timeout. So these are the topics we have discussed so far on today's class. Are you having any doubts on this class? Like, let me go with online first of all. Let me try to solve their queries and I'll get back to the offline people. So online guys, like, are we able to get what we have seen? I mean, what we have done up to now? Yeah, guys, I have unmuted all of you. Do anyone have earphones?
Yes. Hi, sir. I have a
In
question.
earphones, I want.
Hey, I have a question regarding throttle build. Can you give me the one scenario where exactly we can do throttle build in production? Hello.
Yeah, just give me a second. Like, I'm going to my headset.
Okay.
Only I'm able to listen to you. Yeah, guys, audible like is it
Yeah.
clear for you?
Yep, yep. So question is, so when I can use this throttle build?
Sorry, total?
Throttle build, right? So there
Okay.
are